Hello and welcome to the Because Family podcast. My name's Michael and I'm doing a live Facebook show to produce this podcast because I want to answer some questions in real time. Questions that people are asking right now about things that might be going on in our world. And so you will see this in video form on YouTube and on Facebook, as well as in audio form at becausefamily.org or at podcast.becausefamily.org. So we've got a few questions already because I asked ahead of time. But first, let me point you to a couple ways you can support us. First of all, you can support us by going to familytechblog.com. Any of the articles there, you're going to see a link to Accountable to You. If you sign up for Accountable to You and use some accountability software that I highly recommend anyway that you use, then you can, if you click through that to do it, you can support our ministry by us getting a little kickback for everything that you sign up to do. So, every time you pay monthly, we get a little kickback. And right now, we've got several people doing that, and it's helping us keep our internet going so that I can work from home. It's helping us keep our domain name and that kind of stuff live, helping me keep video editing software installed. So we're getting a little bit from that, and it's really helping out. So be a part of that as well. You can also help us at Patreon by going to patreon.com/becausefamily. So anyway, if you ask me a question here on Facebook, if you're watching right now, there's some that are. If you're watching right now, go ahead and just chime in, ask me a question. It could be a question about internet safety. It could be a question about how we live life, what we do as missionaries or as ministers. It could be about what I speak about, what I share on. We've got a couple questions that have been asked already. I did like a 5-minute preemptive thing. So just in case I got no questions, I could spend 30 minutes talking about one question because I have a superpower. I could do that. But anyway, I'm going to do a little light adjustment here and see if that helps anything. It does not. These lights are not like made for filming. It's just like lights we have in the house that I point at my face because in my closet office here, which do you like my office? I should give you a tour someday. Not today. It's messy. But in my closet office here, the light up there is so bright. And so if I don't put something in my face, like there's a light here, where up there, there's a light right up there, and there's a light right here, and this is literally a book light just for reading. So yeah, if I don't have those things set up, you wouldn't see my face at all. So I also have a little like camping lantern plugged in up there, but anyway, or not plugged in, but on. Well, I'm going to go ahead and start by answering the question that I got on Facebook earlier. And then anybody who jumps in here, please ask me any question you want, and I'd love to answer that. And nothing's out of the question. Nothing's out of the ordinary. Nothing's out of line. Ask me whatever, and I'll answer it because I'm like that. So the first question I got was about the Marco Polo app. Marco Polo app. Let me go ahead and type in Marco Polo app right here. Because in case people jump in, I want them to see what I'm talking about. So the Marco Polo app is a video chatting, it's called a video walkie-talkie. So it allows you to chat with your friends over video back and forth. Like a text message, but instead of typing, you're just a quick video message to each other. So it's exactly what it sounds like, a video walkie-talkie. And so Marco Polo isn't the only thing out there like it. There's audio-only walkie-talkie apps like, what's the one that everybody still uses? Haytel, I believe it's called, stuff like that. So you can use those kinds of things for audio, but what makes Marco Polo different is it's a video one. There's a lot of video apps out there that allow you to chat with each other and just do like live, almost like Skype live chatting. And I mean, you can do that in Facebook Messenger. You can do that in Instagram and Snapchat. They all have like live video chat built into the Messenger. But these are apps that specifically do that. But Marco Polo is a little bit different in that it does like walkie-talkie style where you can send it back and forth, which is really neat. If you have, a sister that lives across the country and you want to chat, or a brother, or you have a mom and dad that know how to do that sort of thing and you want to chat with them or something like that. So those things can be really helpful. The issue is whenever young people come in contact with those kinds of apps and they could use them for harm because what you do live isn't typically saved. Here on Facebook, I'm on Facebook Live right now, and when this is over, I'll download it and I'll upload it to stuff. But that's something intentional I have to do. It's very easy to do what I'm doing right now, delete it like it never happened. And unless you were there and saw it, you don't know it happened. And it's not gone forever, because Facebook, I'm sure, still has copies of these things, but it isn't there for public viewing on my Facebook feed anymore. Now, so when you get into that situation with kids, especially young people, you run the risk of them using it to do something that isn't very smart. You know, teenagers have a tendency to do things that you wouldn't do maybe as an older adult. You would say, I'm not going to share these videos of myself doing this or that with this person because, you know, this the internet. It's creepy. It's weird. So that's something that most of us adults think about. However, the younger we get, that doesn't necessarily cross their minds. So they're more likely, or can be likely, to say, you know, I'm gonna do this conversation with this boy because it's fun and I can say or do whatever I want on camera because it's not going to be public. Well, here's the issue. Several issues. And Marco Polo might be a little different, but not really, because you can capture what's happening on your screen and then share it publicly. There's entire websites dedicated to things that people have sent, whether it be images or videos, thinking that they were sending something in private and in discretion, and then it was shared publicly on something else because somebody screen captured it, they took a screenshot, or they were recording what happens on their phone. In fact, on iPhone now, the new operating system is going to allow you to screen capture whatever's happening on your phone. And right now, certain apps like Snapchat and Instagram that would blank out the screen if you're trying to screen capture, perhaps they aren't able to do that yet on iOS 11. And so for a while, until that's fixed, if it's fixed, people will be able to capture what's going on in their Snapchat, you know, videos, and Snapchat live chats or live video chatting, and that's going to be something that they could post later publicly. So we just got to be careful and let our kids understand that it doesn't matter if you think that it's temporary. It's not. It's never temporary. And you know, I talk a lot when I speak in churches and speak to parents. I talk about the prefrontal cortex of teenagers and how it's developing in such a way that they're often not able to make quality decisions about safety, self-preservation, things like that. They tend to not weigh the consequences of their actions as much as you do once you reach that full maturity of 25, 26 years old. And so for most of us. But because of that, apps like Marco Polo, or like where they can do live video chatting, apps like that, they're not thinking of the consequences of if somebody's screen capturing what I'm doing in this app, it could become public. It could be posted to one of those sites dedicated to that sort of thing. And so if we're not keeping track of that and letting our kids understand that nothing on the internet is private, nothing on the internet is hidden, nothing on the internet is temporary. It's all permanent. It's all there. I should assume that what I'm doing right now, even if I delete it later, what I'm doing right now on Facebook Live can be seen by anybody on the planet at any point after this, whether I delete it from here or not. I should do this assuming that. And that's why I'm going to say only things that I want to be public, because that's what this is. Social media is public. It's the same as standing on a street corner, yelling out whatever you think or whatever you want to say to everybody who's around you. And unfortunately, our young people think that because they're in a private message, or that they're on a private chat or private video message, that they're going to be hidden from something else in the world. But it's just not the way it is. It's not the case. So that's the first question I got, or one of the questions I got, was about Marco Polo. And I've written a few articles at familytechblog.com about video chatting apps and the ones that kind of make you feel like you're chatting in private. The other big issue, and Marco Polo isn't so much like this, but there's a lot of video chatting apps like Monkey and things like that that automatically or randomly connect you with somebody, and it uses an age requirement thing. You tell it how old you are, and so it connects you with people that age or that gender. And so if it does that, then all you got to do is say what age you want to contact, and you're going to come in contact with people that age. So that's something that, and there's a list of those kinds of apps at familytechblog.com. If you just search video chatting, or you go look through the blog posts, I've got several articles in there where I've talked about specific apps that you can do that in, or I've just listed some of the apps that you should probably uninstall because they're random video chatting, random friend finding apps, things like that. Marco Polo is one that Kevin asked me about, and Marco Polo is not necessarily random chatting. It's more based on your contacts, but it is video chatting. And if you don't know all your kids' contacts and they're contacting people over video, it's hard to know what they're doing when it's live like that. It's hard to monitor that and keep track of that. That's the other thing. Is if you have accountability software, or you have something that's monitoring their messages and things like that, it doesn't monitor video, and especially live video chatting. That's going to undermine your monitoring activity. It's not going to see it because the live video isn't being monitored. So anyway, I recommend you be careful with your kids using video chatting apps or video walkie-talkies like that. And so if there's no more questions, if you want to ask me a question, those that are viewing right now, if you want to ask me a question, please comment right now whatever you're thinking about what I'm talking about, or any other internet safety stuff, or ministry stuff, mission stuff, youth stuff, parenting, teenagers, kids, life, I don't know, geek stuff. Look, I got a little Yoda frame, and Doctor Who, and Michelangelo, the Ninja Turtle, and I got Superman, and I got a painting I did with the TARDIS and a couple trees and a river, because I don't paint good. The trees are trees. They're not weird guys with green hair. I don't know. And then my kid's hands from Father's Day several years ago. But anyway, that's I wanted to answer the Marco Polo question. He also asked me how it's going to feel to get my butt kicked by him in fantasy football this year, and I just put a GIF up because, by the way, you say that GIF, not GIF, just so you know. Anyway. All right, any more questions? No more questions coming right now? There's no more questions. So what I'm going to do is, we've been 12 minutes. I'm going to wrap it up, make this a nice short episode. That's the goal for the Because Family podcast. So if nobody asks a question, I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to send you to becausefamily.org. Oh, there's one. Michelangelo, really? Everyone knows that Don is the best. Don's okay. I like Donatello. I always did. I don't like Raphael. I just never did like Raphael. I thought he was a diva. Is that a good word for him? He's a pain in the butt, especially in the movie. And he's the only one that said a cuss word in the movie. So I was like, my grandma didn't like the movie because of Raphael's bad word. So when I was a kid, I couldn't watch it at my grandma's house, Ninja Turtles. Yeah, he was a punk. Michelangelo, okay, first of all, what's my name? It's Michael. Second of all, he's a party dude. Michelangelo is a party dude, and that's why I liked him, because he's a party dude. And I have been known to party. So there's that, that's just kind of who I am, a party dude. Thank you, Chip, for another question about my Michelangelo. And my favorite color? Orange. What does Michelangelo wear? Orange. Donatello's cool because he makes gadgets and stuff, but also, it is my middle name, true, but my first name doesn't count. So, you know what I mean? Anyway, it is my middle name, Charles. You're right. Anyway, Chip. But you can't question the Yoda one. Man, this camera thing being backwards is messing me up. You can't question Yoda, right? No, you can't. Dope. We can't bad talk each other, Chip. We know too much about each other. We can both give just as much as the other, and it's just not fair, or it's more fair. I'm hot still from my run, so I'm all sweaty. My glasses are fogging. What else we got here? We're cool there. Oh, man. All right. Well, is there any more questions? I can go and let people watch this. And if you want to ask questions and me answer it next time, that's super. I'm just trying different ways to do this Because Family podcast thing because, honestly, I don't have time to come up with all these great topics all the time. So having Q&A is just a good way to keep content going and really help people who want to know things instead of just producing content and working hard to put together things and then nobody listening. This is just a good way to make sure I'm answering questions. Even if it's only 6-10 people who watch or listen, they're all getting something because they're the ones contributing to the show. So keep asking stuff and I'll keep answering it. Thank you, Kevin, for the question about Marco Polo. And thank you all for listening. But go to becausefamily.org and check us out. And you can visit us at familytechblog.com to continue reading about all the tech stuff that's going on in the world that's relevant for families. And you can partner with us, patreon.com/becausefamily. Oh, one last thing, please buy some books for families in need. You can learn about that on my Facebook page and at Because Family's Facebook page. There are families in need who really need some. They're being given internet or they're being given devices that can access the internet for their kids at school and stuff, and they get them on these like free programs, or if they go visit enough times and get this education, then they get a free tablet or something, but they don't know how to protect their kids on them. So I'm trying to give away these books when I go speak at schools and stuff, but I need people to sponsor them. They're $10 each. You can learn all about it on my Facebook page, at the Because Family Facebook page. Just search Michael Prince or Because Family. You'll see my face like this, and you know it's me. And so anyway, do that. And thank you for watching and listening, and we'll see you next time at the Because Family Podcast.